in this. Hey, Sam.
Hi. What are you guys doing?
Nothing important.
Can you take a picture of us?
Sure.
If we want to do it right, we could choose somewhere else.
All right.
Why don't you choose?
That looks like a lovely picture. But I see someone blinked. We can't touch it up after the fact, but I consider that a perk of traditional photography. One more time.
That's a nice photo.
Thanks. They'll make for a great memento.
I love it.
You take care, Sam.
All right, later. Let's get a move on.
Thanks so much for stopping by. Give me a moment while I check the orders. It's like a dream come true, this showing up on our doorstep. We'd written it off, but you made our day.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Thank you for your help. We hope you'll visit us again soon.
Order complete. Well done.
Sam, it's Tarman. This order calls for the delivery of some specialized medical equipment. West Fort Knott is the only place nearby with the facilities capable of fabricating it. Unfortunately, the DHV Magellan can't assist with transport. The risk of tar contamination is too great, which means you'll need to take it the overland route. It's a lot to lug all the way to East Fort Knott, but there we are. Hook them up to the network once you're there, and we'll move the ship to your position.
Thank you.
They're very close now. mythical creatures can travel in groups of several hundred individuals. If you intend to face them, explosive ordnance is your only viable option. Take out as many as you can at once.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Be mindful of exposure to Timefall.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
Feels good.
Did you just drop some cargo, Sam?
Good evening, Sam. Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
So appreciate you coming all this way. You're a lifesaver. I'm not just saying that either. I mean it. Seriously, we owe you. Right. Let's get this cargo processed ASAP. Nice. Very, very nice. Such good condition. We'd never think you'd been outside at all. We're so grateful for your support. Put us online with your Cupid. We're ready.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Looks like we've finally become part of the chiral network. Between this and the life support systems you brought us, we can begin giving proper treatment to all the folks suffering from chiral contamination. Oh, I got a little present I'd like to give you as a thanks. Take it with my compliments. Those beauties are pretty hard to come by these days. And I just know they'll look great on you. Oh, in addition to that, I've shared the data for a Boca skeleton. It's a piece of equipment specially tailored to porter work, allowing you to carry lots of cargo without difficulty. Ideal for keeping your balance while making your deliveries. Steep slopes and rivers are no match for this baby. It's bound to make your next runs much easier, and it'll help you expand the network too. You know, before you came along, we lost a lot of people to chiralium exposure. For a while there, it felt like we were counting the days until the inevitable void out. But it seems like we'll be able to avoid that terrible fate after all. We won't fall victim to the same tragedy that befell North Fort Knott. Our facility here at F4 isn't just a network connection point. It's also a key distribution hub for the eastern part of the continent. Without it, lots of folks would lose access to deliveries, and you'd have no chance of extending the network any further. And without a fully linked up continent, we'll never get to see a new plate game manifest. No need to worry though. You've guaranteed we'll be around for a good while yet. Rest assured that we will keep working to improve our skeleton tech. We'll be continuing our research into road development as well. All to bring this continent into the fold. Personally, I've always admired the Boca. They're traditional porters that used to work in the Japanese wilderness. No matter how dangerous the mountain trail, they'd always power through with heavy loads on their backs. I've never met any of them myself, of course. But when I came out here with APAC's first expedition, I heard some interesting stories about a local prepper as we were traveling through Mexico. This guy was apparently the genuine article, a real working Boca. You could always head back to Mexico and try to track him down if you're interested. We actually developed the Boca skeleton while referencing stories and official records of their activities. You might say it's a skeleton tailored to the needs of modern-day porters, like yourself. Simply wearing it will vastly increase your maximum carrying capacity. Oh, it offers superior gripping capabilities too, and helps you keep your balance while hauling tons of cargo on your back. When traversing snowy mountains, rivers, and other places with poor footing, this skeleton is an excellent choice. Now that you've brought us onto the chiral network, I feel as though we can finally see the light at the end of the proverbial tunnel. Our equipment still isn't as good as we want it to be at the moment, but we hope it'll be of use to you. As a major distribution hub, we conduct research and development into all manner of delivery-related technologies. The Boca skeleton is one such product of our work. And lately, we've been thinking of ways to create next-generation roads. Something allowing for faster and safer deliveries. There's plenty of room for improvement in the conventional designs. Since you brought us onto the chiral network, we've started gathering all kinds of useful data on the subject. But we're gonna need more before we're finished, I think. We'd be grateful if you could help us out on that front. Thanks for everything, Sam. North Fort Knott was deemed critical for the expansion of the chiral network in northern Australia. But due to chiral contamination, a lot of folks began dying, and one day, a void out wiped the city right off the map. We've actually been observing similar conditions here at East Fort Knott. Dramatic changes in the tar currents and rising chiralium levels have had everybody fearing for the future recently. But thankfully, you came. You put us on the chiral network. Me and all the staff here are committed to sustaining this pillar of the chiral and distribution networks. And doing everything in our power for you and Australia. We've got a lot riding on you drawbridge folks. I hope you won't let us down.
Hello, Sam. It's me. More than 50% of the Australian continent is now connected to the chiral network. And it was you who made this possible. On behalf of the company, allow me to extend my sincerest thanks. It's likely that the difficulties we face will only continue to increase as we press on. But you and your comrades will rise to the challenge. Of this I have no doubt whatsoever. The probability of creating a new plate gate rises with each expansion. Do what you must to make it happen.
Sam, it's happened again. A disruption in the tar currents. We won't be able to head your way just yet.
Sam, this could be the result of that Nirvana phenomenon, right? We won't know unless we take a look outside, though.
Feels good.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated.
We've seen this before, Sam.
It's calling to us again.
Sam, are you thinking of going back there?
not an invitation.
Seems we're back in Nirvana, or whatever you care to call this riddle of a place.
Strange. I feel as though my body's become lighter. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Sam? You might be able to jump much further than usual. Got grenade launchers. It's risky, but you could try taking their weapons for your own use. You up for the challenge, Sam?
Dove cazzo sei? I'm ready.
Taking fire!
Above us, something's coming. Watch out!
Hunter down!
Think there might be a way to destroy them? Got him on the ropes. He's trying to flee to the church down below us. This should do it. Questa ti mette a posto. Questa ti mette... His face?
No, I don't.
Sam, do you read me? Come in, Sam. Come in.
We were whisked away to that strange place again.
What? We only lost you for a few seconds.
And time must flow differently over there, like on the beach.
Well, glad you're all right. The tar currents seem to have settled down, so we'll be able to surface there shortly. Just sit tight, okay?
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Sam, why don't we return to the DHV Magellan and get some rest? You can ask Fragile to look into that card you obtained as well. Oh, seems all the possessions you had earlier are in that open space over there.
Sam, we've uncovered some new information about that ID card you brought back. I'll give you the details on the bridge. That place we were sent to, the land of the dead, it strikes me as odd that it was submerged underwater. And did you see those columns of ice, the ones descending from the surface all the way to the floor? Afterwards, I realized what they reminded me of. The columns were reminiscent of a phenomenon known as brinicles. When seawater freezes and turns to ice, salt concentrates are released into the surrounding water. This brine is heavier than the water around it due to its higher density. It therefore sinks deeper into the ocean. As it flows towards the ocean floor, its lower temperature results in the formation of ice. And as this process continues, it can produce column-like ice structures. Any living creatures unfortunate enough to become entangled in these can be frozen solid. Little wonder they're called icicles of death.
His name is Neil. Neil Vanna.
Neil Vanna? Oh, here I thought he said Nirvana. There must still be tar in my ears.
It seems that the ID card you brought back belonged to the man himself. Charlie helped me dig up the details.
The card was issued by Bridges years ago, when the chiral network was still being developed. Records confirm that Vanna has been dead for some time.
So he was a member of Bridges?
No, it doesn't look like he was.
Vanna was a porter contracted by Bridges to handle jobs with special requirements. Like all of you, he was a doom sufferer who leveraged his abilities.
A top-notch porter by all accounts. He worked the Mexican border. Brought over all kinds of useful stuff.
Ostensibly, resources and medical supplies. But in truth, he transported drugs and other prohibited goods.
So he was a smuggler.
Vanna's ID card served as a key to some of Bridges' secure installations, though only a select few, of course. Specifically, those dedicated to the BB experiments, along with various other medical facilities.
I believe that the place you went to for counseling was one of them.
But everything in that area was obliterated 11 years ago by a void out, one in which Neil Vanna died. And from which you alone, Sam, were fortunate enough to emerge alive. Prior to all that, your counseling sessions made you a regular visitor, yes? Well, records indicate Vanna frequented the same facility. There's a fair chance that the two of you might have met before. Do you recall seeing him?
It's hardly surprising. A great number of people pass through there all the damn time. No one would remember them all.
Sam, it's Charlie. We've received your next assignment. This main order can be undertaken by accessing the delivery terminal at East Fort Knott. While you attend to that, we'll continue our investigation into Neil Vanna. I'll keep you posted.
By the way, Sam, you saw Tomorrow with the apples in the corridor, right? It seems she was training, trying to gain more control over her temporal abilities, taking green unripened apples and attempting to age them until they're red and ready to eat. But she's still having trouble getting it just right. She's taking it too far and making them rotten. There's no need to rush things. She'll get the hang of it soon enough. In the meantime, let's continue to support her.
From this location, you should be able to see some snow-capped mountains, Sam. Your next objective can be found in the heart of them, in the form of the Eastern Environmental Observatory. Once again, you'll need to link up several sites en route to this destination. The first such site to be brought online is the Chronobiologist Shelter, which is due west. Pick up the main order on this delivery terminal in order to begin.
sedative. Thank you. get a move on. Oh shit.
Whoa!
Good to see a friendly face. It's been a while since I've had visitors. I'll check your cargo right away. This cargo looks absolutely wonderful. You sure took good care of it. Oh, wow, you found this? What a relief. I was all but certain it had been lost for good. I should have no trouble. All right. Use your Cupid to connect to my shelter.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I'm finally part of the chiral network. I've been looking forward to this moment. I should be able to conduct research at a faster pace than ever. Please accept this by way of thanks. I picked up this accessory in the UCA. You should try attaching it to your backpack. Who knows? It might bring you good luck. Oh, and in case you're curious, the cargo you brought me contained a stock of cryptobiote variants. I've taken to calling them chronobiotes. They appear to alter your body's internal clock for a brief period when consumed. Just another example of the many ways the Death Stranding is wreaking havoc on our perception of time. It's introduced us to Timefall and the beach, as well as the EEs that brought about previous mass extinctions. You know, I can't help but wonder if extinction entities are related to chronobiotes. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Especially with the strange incidents we've been hearing about lately. Well, the porter who used to come through here was attacked by something. It was bad enough that they gave up doing delivery work for good. They still managed to deliver my last shipment, but it was covered with strange dents and markings. When I asked what had happened, they just said it was the work of the Headless Rider. People have been talking about the Rider for a while, actually. And there's this guy not far from here who's dedicated to studying strange mysteries like that. I sent him some details, and he said he'd need to ask around for someone to lend him a hand. You should keep your eyes peeled for trouble until he figures out what we're dealing with. They're cryptobiotes that have become infected with chiral microbes, parasites that induce changes in the host. Chronobiotes can accelerate various processes within the human body. Simply put, eating one should make everything around you appear to move more slowly. Much like Timefall, which ages everything. And the beach, where time stands still. This disruption of the natural temporal flow is linked to the underlying mechanisms of the Death Stranding. Continued study of chronobiotes should therefore help us to solve the greatest mystery of our times. At least, that's what I've come to believe. So I've heard a little bit about Hartman's research via the hydrologist. You know, the mass extinctions of trilobites, ammonites, and the dinosaurs. Apparently, all these ancient events were set in motion by extinction entities. I'm told there was a human extinction entity as well. And that EEs had umbilical cords linking them to the beach, which could be why their fossilized remains were somehow unaffected by the passage of time. The parasitic chiral microbes that latch onto chronobiotes also originally came from the beach. So, you could even think of them as another form of umbilical tether linking their hosts to the other side. It's a pattern that shows we can't discount the possibility that a new EE might yet be born. And the reason why I believe further study of these microbes could help prevent another extinction event. Now that I have a chiral network connection, this sort of research should finally be possible. I hope this isn't the last time we meet. With no one else around to make deliveries, I was beginning to think I'd have to call it quits. Oh, by the way, a suborder just got posted about those strange incidents I mentioned. You can check it on the delivery terminal here. It's probably in your interest to find out more anyway, given how much time you spend outside. And, who knows, you might even be able to convince them to join the chiral network, too. I just hope we can get to the bottom of things sooner rather than later. Thanks again, and take care.
Well then, Sam. By the way, we have info on Nilvana to share. Could you join me on the bridge?
Order completed. Well done.
You're always appreciated.
We managed to learn a few more things about Nilvana. You may remember that he was a porter contracted by Bridges. That's what we told you before. Since then, I received a mail.
Another one from our very own Hartman, I'm guessing. Look, we sure we can trust them? Whoever they are?
They are almost certainly someone on the inside. Someone with access to the UCA's administrative systems. It seems Neil Vanna was attending therapy sessions.
But the real revelation is who Vanna's therapist was. Charlie, can you please explain?
A specialist who worked with other doomed sufferers, including one Sam Bridges. She was your therapist and your partner.
Lucy?
Neil Vanna's name was on our client list. Right there in black and white.
That's crazy.
We also uncovered a photo you should see.
Per the records, they perished in a void out which claimed an entire city. A void out only you survived, Sam.
Lucy was pregnant at the time.
It wasn't mine. The child she was carrying. She straight up told me to my face. I never had any kids. She was just my shrink, helping me to work through my phobia. That's all she ever was to me.
Thank you, Sam.
It's no trouble at all.
You really don't remember me.
That woman just now, was that...
Lucy. That was Lucy.
Ah, yes. She was your therapist, wasn't she?
Feels good.
Ooh, just the man I've been waiting for. The Metagenomicist's main order is prepped and ready for you. We'd like you to capture the Timefall-resistant emu I identified and take it to her shelter. You might find the capturing part tricky, but if you're real quiet, you shouldn't have too much trouble getting close. Now, this emu appears to possess certain unique temporal properties. It may well have some kind of connection to extinction entities as well. The Metagenomicist might have different insights into its nature given her specialization, though. Personally, I'm hoping this might lead us to a major breakthrough. Also, there's another order I want you to handle when you have a moment. It's related to those strange incidents I mentioned earlier. They might not be occurring right on my doorstep, per se, but they're still very troubling. Help us out, Sam.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
further now.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected.
Oh, hey. I appreciate you coming all this way. Allow me to take a look at that cargo you carry. Seems to be in okay condition. No major problems to speak of. Huh. Didn't expect you to bring me this, but I'm glad you did.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
So, I finished examining that cargo you brought on over. Now, I know this isn't your fault, but this thing has been absolutely savaged. I highly doubt human or animal involvement. Kinda looks as though it was battered with a large heavy pole, but... And there are also parts that appear to have been melted. Not to mention the unusual tie marks imprinted on the surface. Putting all the pieces together, I reckon this is likely the work of the headless rider I've heard rumors about. In all honesty, though, seems like it was set upon by not one, but several riders. Sheer damage is proof enough of that. Yeah, we're looking for multiple villains, I'd say. They won't come out and wreak havoc at just any old time. There's gotta be a reason they attack travelers when they do. Mind helping me figure out what that reason is? That way we can set the minds of porters like you at ease. Once we know more about them, I can use that chiral network to enlighten everyone else, too. Indulge my curiosity and I'd be happy for you to hook me up, is what I'm trying to say. If you're keen to do so, then pick up the sub-order I posted. I've included the relevant information in the order details. Be sure to look it over should you choose to take it on.
Order completed. Well done. Order accepted. Thank you.
Okay, Sam. Why don't we begin by considering what we already know? If nothing comes to mind, take a look at the order details to refresh your memory.
Agent weapons restrictions.
Take care.
headless rider attacks were reported in this area. Look around. See anything strange?
Okay.
Sam, about the headless riders we're after. I've been thinking, what if we were to try replicating the conditions of the previously reported attacks? Road at night, tri-cruiser. I've got it. We should take an evening spin near the site the attacks took place.
Gotta stretch my legs.
Hey, Sam, you know that harmonica of yours? Why don't you try playing it for a little bit? What's happened? Tell me it's been hacked. Whoa! Since when do highways float in the air? Up, up, and away! A highway in the sky. Now we find ourselves trapped. You ready for anything, Sam? Let the headless rider get away.
Welcome, Sam. I prepared this little stage here special for you and you alone. I know you're gonna make the most of it.
Pigs? These must be goat necks. I suppose there were no headless riders after all then. We need to destroy them all. Let's get a move on, Sam. That's how you do it, Sam. Nice one. You're a pro. Sam, try ramming their vehicle with yours. Yeah, come on! You're one hell of a driver. Sam, one of them is different from the others. That has to be the unit that's hacked into the auto paper. Well fought, Sam. I think you took care of every last one. Highway disappearing? This isn't good, Sam. Whoa! Ah! Seems the day is ours, Sam. Oh, what a relief to have made it safely back to the ground. There's no sign of our adversary. That strange road has vanished without a trace, too. Everything seems fine now. Let's go and give the ghost hunter the good news.
Your order.
Well. Handled that job for me, huh? Let me just review the order details. Had no idea you were this capable. Here's a combat log. Something else. I feel as though I can really trust you. We forged a bond, you and I. So you know, I've decided to increase the... All right, I'm ready to join the chiral network.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Thanks to you, we can finally close the book on the mystery of the Headless Riders. Troubling rumors like that have a way of putting everyone on edge. Makes them want to stay inside all the more. Out here especially. Saw too many people cutting ties and keeping to themselves. Can't say any of us anticipated that the riders would be ghost mechs, though. And those mechs have something to do with Higgs, too. Isn't that right? Well, now that we know the truth of the matter, we can come up with ways to combat them and their tactics. Then, maybe it'll feel like we're actually making some progress at long last. You know, you've got the makings of a real ghost hunter. I've shared with you some schematics for my favorite tools of the trade. A rocket box and a camo suit pattern. The rocket box fires MP warheads. It's a portable, versatile weapon that's perfect for dealing with all kinds of enemies. I'd heard a few stories about the red-clad warriors before you came through. That Higgs might be the one leading them came as quite the shock. He's the same bastard that's been distributing weapons all over the place, right? Trying to get everyone to take up arms and sow discord. Forming lasting connections is out of the question if we can't find common ground. The spread of weapons and violence is a lot more terrifying than any sort of paranormal activity, if you ask me. It's a single-use weapon. All you have to do is aim and throw. It fires several projectiles at once, which can lock onto multiple targets in range. Though, if you want to pummel a single enemy with overwhelming force, well, that's a viable option too. It's great for incapacitating humans, killing BTs, or disabling mechs as needed. It's quick and easy to use, so consider keeping one on hand for emergencies. Ever since the death Stranding, sightings of paranormal phenomena have been steadily increasing. Though a lot of these can be chalked up to simple misperception or misinformation. Among all these claims, tales of supernatural entities are especially common these days. And as a ghost hunter, I investigate the more promising reports to see if there's any truth to them. Unfortunately, it's not feasible for me to go out and do research right now. So I have to rely on others to do my fieldwork for me. You've done some wonderful work for me, Sam. So much so that I'd love it if you could continue. I intend to carry on with my research. There are a few things that I'm still pretty curious about. Maybe they're nothing more than baseless rumors, but if any seem promising, I'll contact you via the SSS. I hope I can count on you when the time comes. Good luck with your deliveries. Take care.
Just a little bit more.
Spot where it was last seen. Emus are awfully fast, and this search may take a while. Wonderful. We've secured the animal. Let's deliver it to the metagenomicist.
looking forward to this delivery. Now let's take a look. research is going well, and I have you to thank for it. All that's left is to connect me to the chiral network. I'm ready.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I have something I'd like to give you. I hope it's to your liking. All hooked up at last. And wow, I was able to finish my analysis of the emu you brought me in an instant. Turns out it was absolutely riddled with parasitic chiral microbes. It would seem their presence was enough to alter the emu's temporal flow, which is probably why it didn't grow older when exposed to Timefall. This all but confirms what the chronobiologist has been saying. Hosts for these chiral microbes are subject to the timeless influence of the beach. It's still unclear how this might be related to extinction entities, but it's a vital clue for solving the mystery of the Death Stranding. An extinction entity has the capacity to trigger the last stranding. And if that comes to pass, the end of humanity itself is assured. Higgs attempted to make use of such entity back in the UCA, but I know you personally put a stop to his plans. Hartman told me everything about those events. It's anyone's guess what Higgs is trying to accomplish this time, but I believe in you. And that's why I'm giving you these. EX capture grenades are invaluable weapons that work by leveraging the temporal properties of parasitic chiral microbes to great effect. In essence, they allow you to defeat weakened BTs in an instant by drastically destabilizing their intrinsic flow of time. But that's not all. These grenades can give you the means to summon your own BTs to attack other BTs. Should work on all larger specimens. I've prepared a few for immediate use. There's so much we can learn by studying chiral microbes, you know? They might even hold the answer to treating 21-minute syndromes like mine. Yes. Next time you're able to inflict significant damage on a large BT, try tossing an EX capture grenade into its mouth. Not only will you neutralize your foe, but you'll find it also leaves behind a milky white chiral crystal. I've taken to calling these objects BT crystals. If you see one, make sure you don't forget to pick it up. I say that because if you've got one on hand, you'll be able to use it the next time you encounter a large BT. The BT crystal will react with the tar and transform into a variant of the BT you captured. When activated, the crystal will summon a variant of the BT that spawned it, which will emerge from the depths of the tar. Ordinary large BTs will perceive this variant as a critical threat and proceed to attack on sight. While we've discovered plenty of chiral creatures that resemble smaller animals like rats and spiders, as their name might suggest, chiral microbes are even tinier. They're parasitic by nature and favor hosts from the world of the dead. They're just an amazing discovery all around. The final missing piece I needed for my research. Yes, I'm also a member of the 21-Minute Anxiety Association. The chronobiologist happens to be another member. We're sisters, in fact. Our mother belongs to the group, too. She's a hydrologist working out of Hartman's lab. Perhaps you've already met? We've
all got similar conditions, but I'm not sure if genetics is a relevant factor. But whatever the cause of our syndromes may be, we are all trying to study the world and find answers in our own ways. In recent days, large BTs have been growing more active in the region to the south of this facility. It's possible that this too could be a consequence of Higgs's efforts. If you're headed that way, you had better be prepared for the worst. Though that might also be a good opportunity to give those EX capture grenades a try. I just know they'll prove effective. And if you're interested in some additional work, I'd also like you to take the emu you brought me to the animal shelter. The staff there want to look after it, and I don't have the proper facilities to give it a home here anyway. I've posted a suborder for this request. There's no rush. You can pick it up from the delivery terminal here whenever you're ready. Thanks again for all your help. I'll probably be hitting you up again.
Sam, your next destination is the F5 East Distribution Center, which can be found near the southeast shore of the lake close by. I'm told one of the staff members there is an old acquaintance of yours. Anyway, a main order has been entered into the system. You can access the delivery terminal here to undertake it. That said, another request concerning the animal you rescued has also caught my eye. Alternatively, you can undertake this suborder first if you wish. I'll leave it up to you, Sam.